Hey sports fans, welcome back to the Fool Show. Of course, I am Foolish Phil. I just wanted to give you my thoughts after Michigan's 88-76 win over Buffalo. And this game was interesting, definitely in the second half. You got to give props to Buffalo. They did not go away. I think they were down by 15 at the first intermission, 51-36. And they just came out and they gave Michigan a hard, heavy push. Like, they just gave Michigan basically everything they wanted. And I think the Big Ten crew had this right too. You got to give Michigan and Juwan Howard credit for, scheduling a team like Buffalo as your first game. I mean, Buffalo is a good team. They're tons of seniors. I think they said 9 seniors on the team, and they have, they're being picked to win the MAC, and so definitely a great team. Lots of veterans on there, and they definitely did not cave in, and they played hard. If you didn't see the game, especially in the second half, they just kept surging and chipping away, like 15 points, then 13, then 12, and all of a sudden it's down to 8, then it got down all the way to 5 points. And definitely, I think the biggest turning point in the game was when Juwan Howard decided to swap things up. He had Diabate out there, I think, mainly playing, and he just wasn't getting it done. Williams for Buffalo was just making great shots, don't get me wrong, difficult shots, but he was making them. Diabate was not able to get a stop on him, and the Big Ten crew made a good point. At like the 9:01 mark, Williams had his 28th point, and then he did not get any more points till under 2 minutes to go, when the game was basically sealed up and wrapped up by that point. And I think you really got to give the credit to Terrance Williams of Michigan for shutting down Buffalo's Williams. Terrance Williams, 15 points, 7 rebounds, off the bench. I mean, just excellent. And his defense really changed the way that Buffalo was scoring and stopped scoring. Definitely Buffalo was hampered by Terrance Williams' defense. And totally, I mean, Dickinson with 27 points, 6 rebounds will get the big accolades, but I think the star of the game has to be Terrance Williams. When Michigan really needed a stop, when Michigan really needed to hit a shot, what happened? Terrance Williams made a defensive stop on one side. Hunter Dickinson gets the ball. They rotate it up, and I think it was that play right there. But Terrance Williams hits a 3. Buffalo calls a timeout, and all of a sudden, Michigan had a little bit of breath, a little bit of room, and they had a little bit of confidence left, back, I should say. And Michigan just went on from there. Another great part. I think it was like a 10-point game or 9-point game. Michigan had the ball after a turnover. They did the same set with a screen from Dickinson and Houston and freed up Eli Brooks for a little floater in the lane, drained that. They came back down, same set, and instead of throwing it down to, or Brooks didn't take the shot this time, he hit Houston for, wide open 3, drained it, boom, 5 points, timeout Buffalo. And I think there was 14 points that time, the lead. Just like boom, boom. And it's like great to see Michigan face adversity and come out of it. And no doubt this will be a game that Michigan can look back on and see how they made it, how they didn't panic, how they didn't cave in, right? They just stuck to the plan, worked their plays, and they persevered and got the win. A few things, a little note. Michigan really has to work on those free throws, 18 of 30 for the game. Left way too many points on the board there for sure. And they went 0 for 2, at least when I was keeping track of free throws, 0 for 2 on 1-and-1s. So again, there's the hidden points you lost there. Dickinson and Jones missed 1-and-1s, front ends. So, I mean, again, just got to hit your free throws. Left 12 points there, left extra points by not hitting your 1-and-1s. Speaking of Jones, he not the scoring game that you would kind of want, and he was settling in. Maybe the speed of the Big Ten and MAC was a little bit much from him coming from Coastal Carolina. Obviously, this is the first game, a tune-up game, really. I mean, a good test game, don't get me wrong, but in the first game, I think he had 7 points, I think. Eli Brooks had 11. You got to really give credit, especially in the first half. Diabate and Houston, they did great. They combined for, I think, 8 or 12 points. Sorry, trying to see it right here. How much they had? 15 points in the first half on 6 of 7 shooting. Second half, Diabate was not as effective. Again, Howard tried to go big, and Williams just dominated that for whatever reason. They had to go to Williams, Terrance Williams, to battle that, and it seemed to really work. Again, Houston, great clutch 3 there. Definitely looks to be the part of a good sniper shot. He'll get a little bit better, hopefully, and I mean, you can't complain. A true freshman starting and finish with double-digit points. I mean, it's great. I mean, woohoo! Ugh. I think the second underlying thing of this game, the story has to be the refs. And I think the refs dictate the game and how chippy it gets. The refs were calling way too many stupid, worthless fouls. You don't have to call those fouls. They call an over the back on Michigan when Buffalo gets the ball. Just let Buffalo get the ball and go on. You don't have to call every single foul. And if you've watched my other videos, I just know we're in for a junk reffing game when that bald-headed ref does the games. I just don't like him at all. I think he over-refs the games way so much. I just don't like him. I don't know his name offhand. But you guys know the one completely bald, no eyebrows either. Maybe he has that thing like Nate Cornejo of the Detroit Tigers had with, doesn't grow hair. But man, just they over-reffed it. I mean, 46 fouls, 6 techs, 3 double techs. It's like, it was just, man, just like let them play. You had 40-minute game and you called basically a foul every single minute. I assume those 46 count the 6 technicals. Man, like come on, let them play. It gets chippy. Fouls are being called all the time, so it gets players kind of ticked off. Like, why is that a foul there? And it's not a foul over here. It's like, then we're really mad at the refs. And when the refs try to control the game, it really kind of actually loses control because the players are kind of ticked off about it. So, man, they over-ref the game totally. 46 fouls. I mean, give me a break. Ugh, I know it's probably their first game or maybe second or third game for them, but, man, those refs got to get into mid-season form because that was just terribly over-reffed. Okay. What can you say? Michigan pulls away, wins by, I think it's 12 points there, 88-76. Definitely things to work on. Try to wrap up those offensive rebounds a little bit. Defensive rebounds so they don't give up the offensive rebounds. Definitely the free throws. But a win's a win. Happy to get the win. They played very well. I mean, 88 points. Things to work on, which is good. Overall, I'd much rather have a game like this, which is much more a building block than, say, play, a complete cupcake where you're just, the question is how many points are you going to win by? 40, 50 points. There'll probably be some of those games along the season before Michigan gets to Big Ten play, but a great test. Buffalo, kudos to them. Hard-fought game. And, glad to get the win. Hey, guys, thanks for watching. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, please do. I appreciate that. And let me know in the comments section, what do you guys think about this game? Anything you take away from it? Houston, Diabate looked really solid. Loved how Terrance Williams, all of a sudden he came out as, a really good bench player. Maybe he'll be kind of like our, I can't think of his name. He was like our best player off the bench last year. I can see him in my mind. I can't see it. It bugs me. But I think he's, I can see him. I'm so sorry. I can't remember his name all of a sudden. In the comments, I'm sorry. I forgot. But I love Terrance Williams off the bench. Just great. And hopefully they'll keep going forward. Hey, thanks again for watching. And until I see you guys next time, which will be after the Michigan-Penn State game, go Blue.